In this video, what I want to do is share with you a melody writing tip that was taught to me by my friend and colleague Scarlett Keys, who is a professor of songwriting at the Berklee College of Music. And she was the first person who really named this melody concept and technique. And as soon as she named it, it was really powerful in my own songwriting, and I was able to hear it in so many other wonderful songs as well. So I'm going to share this concept with you. I'm going to show it to you in a couple of really well-known songs. And I'm also going to demonstrate to you using an original example how I might go about using this concept in my original work as a demonstration as to how you can use it in your own. So let's dive in. The name of this melody tip or trick or concept or tool or technique, whatever you want to call it, is musical onomatopoeia. Whoa, so what is onomatopoeia? Well, let's, dial back the years to grade 2 when we all learned what onomatopoeia is. Onomatopoeia technically is when a word actually sounds like the thing it is describing. So onomatopoeias are words like buzz and crash and bubble. So words whose actual sound and sonic characteristics in some way have a physical relationship to the thing that they are describing. So with a melodic or musical onomatopoeia, we're applying the same concept to our melody writing. And how this plays out in action is when we have a line of lyric first, and that's really what we're talking about here. We're talking about in the songwriting process when we have a line of lyric, and let's specifically actually hone in on the hook. So we've got a hook or a title, and we're looking for a really special melody that is going to spotlight that hook or title. If we activate this concept of musical onomatopoeia, we're looking to think about how the melody that we use for this line of lyric could actually reflect the image or movement or idea inside the lyric itself. So it's not going to work for all lyrics, but it will work for a surprising number of lyrics that you might expect. So let me show you a couple of examples of musical onomatopoeia where the melody itself in some way is related to the actual thing being described in the song. So the first song that comes to mind is the song Chandelier by Sia. So when we listen to that melody and actually think about the shape and gesture of the melody, I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, the chandelier. The shape of the melody itself has this swinging movement to it. And you might think, yeah, right, that's a bit of a coincidence. Maybe it is a coincidence, but it's an observable coincidence, which means that it is also usable. So did Sia think about this? She may have thought about it consciously. She may have thought about it subconsciously. She may have come up with it and just felt like it was right. But one of the reasons that she felt like it was right was because the melody has a relationship to the lyric. And that's really what we're driving at here, that the melody and the lyric actually support, reflect, and reinforce each other. And when those two things happen, when that melody and the lyric are actually working together in the same direction, the emotion is amplified. Let's look at another example of melodic onomatopoeia in the John Legend song You Move, I Move.
So I'll follow you up and over. You control me fast and slow. When you move, I move.
When he hits that word move inside the chorus, the melody becomes what we call melismatic. It's a melisma, and melisma is just a fancy word for a really simple concept, which is that the note moves. It moves over one syllable. So the note is suddenly moving all around as he's singing the word move. So there is this beautiful relationship between melody and lyric, and this is the power of melodic onomatopoeia. The other really important thing you can hear in that John Legend song is he's coming into that moving lyric and melody off the back of a pre-chorus that has some pretty static notes. The notes are happening in what's called a stepwise movement, which is to say the notes are happening next to each other, the notes are short, and there's already a hint of musical onomatopoeia when he says fast and slow. You know, we get that slow down of that slow note, which is really beautiful. And then he goes into the hook where we get the full flourish of this melodic onomatopoeia. It's pretty powerful stuff. And when it works together like that, it has a really, really profound impact on a listener. So let's try an example here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look inside my titles notes. So I've got a number of different, songwriting notes, and I keep a note of entirely titles and a few other things. And if you are someone who is interested in how to organize your songwriting snippets and ideas and development, please let me know in the comments to this video, because it's something I've been thinking about making a video about, but I'm not sure if people will actually be interested. So let me know if you are. Anyway, I have a whole list of potential titles. And as I scroll down this list, I'm looking for a title that I think could really benefit from this musical onomatopoeia treatment. So I've got a few things going here I think could work. And again, remember, it's not everything that's going to work. You have to look through your titles and think about whether there's some opportunity there to apply this concept. So I've got a title here that is sometimes sad songs just have to be sung. That could work, and I could apply the onomatopoeia to either the phrase sad songs or even just have to be sung. That could use musical onomatopoeia. Let's see. Oh, I've got an interesting one here. You're the best mistake I'll ever make. You're the best mistake I'll ever make. You're the best mistake I'll never make. Sorry, that's what the lyric is. You're the best mistake I'll never make. That's interesting. So I'm going to go with that because I can already intuit that there's some potential there, particularly with the word mistake. So I'm going to write that down. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just come up with a basic melody that is not using the musical onomatopoeia. So just a melody that is workable, usable as a foundation to then apply the musical onomatopoeia to around the word mistake. You're the best mistake I'll never make. You're the best mistake. You're the best mistake I'll never make. All right, so that's a passable melody. I'm going to really hone in on the word mistake. And again, it's the word mistake. So I'm going to try and come up with some sort of rhythmic, melodic thing here that is jagged, that draws attention, that mimics the word mistake without sounding horrible. I want it to sound good, but I really want to get at the word mistake with the rhythm and the melody. You're the best mistake. I'll slow it down. You're the best mistake I'll never make. Okay, I'm gonna try something else. You're the best mistake. You're the best mistake I'll never make. I like that. So I like that second one for a couple of reasons. Two versions there around really highlighting something about that word that is contrasting and jagged and angular. But I like the second one because it has that rhythmic component. It displaces the rhythm of the word. And by doubling the word, it really sounds almost like a record scratching, which is kind of like a mistake, except when it's done with intention, it feels not like a mistake, hopefully. I quite like that. I think that that's a cool approach to this particular lyric, and it's something I would totally use. It has a very pop flavor to it, but the lyric has quite a pop flavor to it, so I'm okay with that for this lyric. So this concept of musical onomatopoeia is a really simple, usable, and powerful technique for writing great melodies for your lyrics. And if you're interested in more melodic techniques, I've made this little playlist that you can access. And I've also included a link in the video notes to a free 30-minute video masterclass that Benny and I ran a couple of months ago on writing interesting, memorable, and catchy melodies for your hooks and hook writing. So if you're interested in grabbing that for free right now, just click on the link in the show notes and jump in, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much.